to move the cam up. Do you need the cam? You need the cam, right? I'll pop that there. Right. So, this is Loch Tay here, okay? This right here, Loch Tay. It's a beautiful place, a beautiful part of the world, as you can see from this picture here, okay? So we were at a wedding in the town here called Kenmore. Now you can see the size of Kenmore. Fun fact, Kenmore also has a Highland Games, right, which is held here. So this is an old military road, this bridge. These are the lodges we were staying at in this vicinity, right, in this place. We found out the day after the wedding, there was none of the metal. We found out the day after the wedding that you can hire canoes here. So, myself and Amy are in a canoe. The weight limit for the canoe is meant to be 100 and I think it was 180 kilos. I myself weigh 135, 140. Amy's like maybe 55, 60. We hire the canoe. The thing is riding in the water, right? Now I'm talking. That's your water line, right? This is the canoe. This is your water line, okay? It's about there, right? You're talking 2 to 3 inches from the top. We're going into headwind. So we set out from like, I don't know, I think there's more things here now, but we set out from there. We go past this island. We go along here. This is the Crannoes, which is like a Bronze Age way people lived in Scotland. They used to build these out in lochs or out in water. They would stay in there. So we head along here. We go along the use your words, Kyle. We go along the sort of coast, if you can call it that, or the edge of the loch. I don't know how far we went. Maybe along here. At this point, we turn around. We start going around. We did a circle. We then went along a little bit more. And I think we went along to probably about this point. At this point, we start heading back, right? We go along this side. We're going along. We come along past here. So this is what happens to the location of a crannog when basically no one's looking after it. Eddie, so no one could attack them. What they would do is see the drawbridges. They would literally pull them back in, and you couldn't get in. You'd have to sign. I mean, I could show you guys this. This place is incredible. It's a place we've been. But yeah, so we head back up the loch. Right, we're in the canoes. There's myself and Amy. There's a guy I compete with called Neil, and his wife are in other ones. They're splashing us on the kayak and that because they don't realise just how low in the water we're actually riding. Okay. Like, it's scary how low in the water we are. Pretty much terrifying. So, let me just open these. Please ignore it, okay? Ignore both of those, you didn't see them. So, we're going along here. We get to this point. Now, this is the old military bridge I was telling you about. Can we drop down and show you? Maybe we can show you here. No, we can't. That's the bridge there, okay? So it goes from a really nice calm bit of... Oh, that'll do. It goes from a nice calm bit of river, right? As you can see along here, right? So there's your bridge and whatnot. That's what we come under. Now you can see it getting choppy, yeah? Now this isn't bad at this part. You can see the choppiness starting, right? As it goes along, right? You can see it going along. So it goes from probably around here, it's maybe 2 to 3 meters deep. Here it's constantly varying in depth, which is when you get a sort of current taking you away. As you can see, there's many people here enjoying the ducks and the festivities. So we're coming along here, right? We decide that we'll go under the bridge. We realise that the current's quite strong at the sides, and if you're wanting to go through it, you have to go through the centre. So we've came through here, under this part of the bridge. We realise that we're getting taken away along this direction. So along east, along the river, right? We come through here. We get to about this corner. We realise the current... Sorry, you can't see from my face. We realise, shit, the current is taking us. So all of a sudden, we go round this corner, the current starts pulling us. Also, simulate how you do, mate. The current starts taking us. All of a sudden, we're paddling, we can't do anything. Now, if any of you ever get the opportunity, right, to go in a kayak with me, I do all of the work because I can't stand not working in time. I will do all of the rowing. So we're coming around here. You can literally see the current picking up. You can see there's banks, there's deep bits where you basically can't see the bottom. The current starts taking us away, right? The people we're with, they put you. If anybody's been kayaking, I don't know the term, but you can put your paddle in, right, and it'll basically hard turn you, and you'll just go off to the side. They do that and they come over on the bank here. Myself and Amy, we're in the middle of the river, right? We keep heading round. You can see the current picking up here, right? Like it's getting pretty choppy. So we're getting there. I'm trying to get us to the sides. The current is literally a J-turn. Thank you very much. The G Rome guy on the couch, Mr. Firefly. So whatever, a J-turn, they do that, they go off. I'm trying to do that. The current's just leathering us about. We get to this point where the water's getting pretty choppy. I don't know what's going on there with the resolution, but it looks terrible. Wonder if there's nowhere nearby, is there? Like we were at the point where we're around here, right? We were around here, and I remember there being a split. There was this sort of split, and we were approaching this, right? And see here, the current was like, oh shit, we're in trouble, current. So see about here, I finally managed to do a J-turn, and I think it might have been this corner, somewhere around here. We literally go into the bank. Now, the bank's not like a gentle bank. It's like a bank like that. Like, we're in the edge. There's a tiny shelf that I'm standing on. And we realise we're going to have to either go in the river and try and cross it, or go further along the river. Now, I'm just going to paint a picture for you, right? The River Tay goes on for miles, okay? Miles and miles. To the point that this is the River Tay. Now, this river here is probably a mile, close to a mile. It's also got one of the highest tidal changes in water around. So we're probably what? We're probably about here at this point. But at this point, the current just starts taking you. So we go out in the middle of the river. We're getting pulled away, and I just said to Amy, fuck this. Now, I jump out the canoe at the side of the river. I take the cord on the front of it, and I tie it onto my GoPro belt I'm wearing, and I start, right, and I shit you not, right, I start walking along the river with this rope across me here, right, and I'm like this, going through the water. I'm walking and walking, right, I'm literally wading, and honestly, the current's almost taking me. And to make it worst, I have flip-flops on, right? All I have is flip-flops. I've got a pair of like waterproof shorts and then just a t-shirt. I've gave Amy my t-shirt because she was freezing, so I have no top on. I'm marching along this river. I'm dragging this canoe behind me, right? The water's maybe just below chest height. I'm really struggling. Every now and again I have to go into the side where it's a little bit more shallower and take a breath because the bank is steep here. We're going along, right? And then we come back to this corner, right? I probably appear about here. I walk along. There's a guy standing here fishing, right? Guy standing here fishing. All he sees, right? Just imagine. All he sees going by is me. Imagine, right? No top on. This is probably about what he sees, okay? From about here up. Wait, I'll zoom out for this. We're basically done for the night anyway. So this is probably what he's seen in the water, right? Almost this colour. I'm walking along. I've got Amy in the back. Amy's sitting there pretending she's paddling, helping. She's not helping. The guy goes like that. You right, Shagger? I was like, oh, we just had a bit of an accident. Like we're trying to make our way back, and he basically said to me, oh, you'll be fine. Just stick to the bank here, and you'll get a breather here, as you can see. This is a shallow bank. And what cold? It was probably March, April, so it was probably March or April, so it wouldn't have been warm, maybe like 10 degrees. So we get a breather here, but again, the bank's too steep beyond this sort of bank to actually climb up. So by this point, we managed to sort of control ourselves. We're going along the edge. We're starting to paddle again, right? Now there's a bit with thick trees. Where is it? Let me try and find this. Right, it's up here. So we managed to paddle back around, sticking to essentially the flank of the river, right? We're coming round here. We come up to this corner. Now, see these thick trees? We're literally taking a breather, right, at the edge of this. Like, I am physically exhausted. You know that way where you're starting to cramp? And all of a sudden, we're just sitting there, right? And I shit you not, this flip-flop's coming towards us. And I thought, what the fuck's going on here? It was the guy Neil we were with. His flip-flop was floating past. So I put my paddle out, tried to get it. Amy got her paddle, put it underneath. We pick it up, we put it in the it's a Canadian canoe, but I'll call it a kayak. We head back round. At this point, we're pretty much in control. We're passing here. It's a little bit smoother sailing. So we're going along. We're coming along. Now, we were at the wedding at this place, right? So there's still people drinking like the day after. People were here, we know. We're coming along here at a hell of a slow pace. The current is pushing us. Like, we're physically having to motor again. We've got this flip-flop. I'm soaked. Amy's got my t-shirt on, trying to keep her warm. We come round here. Now, any of you who know me know I do not like beer. I do not drink beer, right? But we came along here. The people we know, the wedding party, were sitting on this sort of platform. They were smashing pints. This is the picture, right? This is what was presented. This. That was us arriving. That is us coming round the corner. Now look how low this motherfucker is in the water, right? Just look how low that is riding right now. Look at Amy. This shit is brilliant. Oh, I was honestly exhausted, right? Now I've got another picture. This one's got a little bit more resolution, right? This was us in motion. This is us in motion here. How do I zoom? This is us in motion. This is us in motion. Motoring through this, right? This is us motoring along. We come into the bank, right? I help Amy out. I throw the flip-flop up at the boy. I go, "Have you lost something?" Everybody breaks into hysterics, right? I go straight up. There's some random guy with a pint, right? It's about that missing out it. I pick it up. I neck it. I go straight in. I have another pint. We then need to sit and wait for about 6 to 7 hours till the alcohol passes through me before we can drive home. And that, in essence, was the time I almost died on Loch Tay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.